Hey guys, Matt here with BuiltRight Industries. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about our MOLLE Nuts, M-O-L-L-E, MOLLE Nuts. These are quickly becoming a really popular item that people are adding to their MOLLE Panel orders with us. This is a product that you would use instead of a normal nut and bolt on our MOLLE panels. It adds a lot of functionality and ease of use, but it does create some questions. So we're going to give you a quick breakdown on what it is, how to use them, and then we'll give you a quick demonstration in our Bronco so you know exactly what you're looking at. All right, so I've got one of our MOLLE Nuts here, along with a MOLLE panel. I'm going to show you how this MOLLE nut works. So what you might traditionally do, and this is of course still a great solution, is to bolt your accessories to our panels using these slots. Those are very, very helpful. They're spaced 2 inches on center as you move up or down the panel. But there are some cases where you might either not be able to reach behind the panel with a tool. You can reach obviously here, but maybe if you're in the middle of a bigger panel, you can't. There might also be a case where you want holes that are spaced 1 inch on center. So that's where the MOLLE nut comes in. So I've got our MOLLE nut. I'm reaching back behind here. I can just use a finger to hold it in place. I've also, obviously it doesn't have quite the same horizontal movement as a slot, but it can slide back and forth. You might flip it around if you need to get over to this edge. So I'm going to hold this in place here. And then to demonstrate the use, I'm going to place one of our Rotopax mounts here. I'm going to get this started. This hardware that I'm using is also included. I would tighten that down, of course, with a wrench. But there you can see that without having to reach behind with a tool, I've got a great solid threaded feature to bolt into for my mounts. I might add a second one here, what have you. So these are really something you can get creative with, but they make reconfiguring your panels, whether they're installed or uninstalled, but especially when the panels are installed and there's some tight clearances back here, these make reconfiguring your accessories really, really easy. And that's something, as you have these panels, you'll find that maybe in the winter your setup is a little bit different than the summer or whatever. So we leave that up to you. The other thing I will mention here is that and this is a recent revision, anything you order from us from today forward is gonna have these. In addition to the 1/4-20 threads that you've got here in the center, we've got 10/24 and 12/24 threads on either side of that. So you've got options for 3 different hardware sizes. So for example, 10/24 is a popular hardware size if you're using just quick fist clamps. 12/24 is something that's nice and in the middle, depending on, again, the whole idea here is that we're giving you a modular, flexible system that you can use depending on whatever accessories you have, whether they're BuiltRight or not. So really quickly, I'm gonna show you what comes in a kit if you buy this from us. This happens to be part number 201023. And that is a set of 4 MOLLE nuts along with a bunch of other assorted hardware that we think is going to help you out as you're installing your accessories. So I'm going to open this up. Do that. All right, so the main event here obviously is you're going to get the 4 MOLLE nuts. You're also going to get a handful of 1/4-20 hardware, 2 different lengths of flanged bolts, as you can see here, along with some washers and 1/4-20 nuts. The goal here obviously is to provide you with the MOLLE nuts along with an assortment of hardware that's going to help you with installing your accessories, whether you're using MOLLE nuts or whether you just need a nut and washer. So this kit again comes with 4 MOLLE nuts and the assorted hardware shown here. We may be selling larger kits in the future, so definitely keep an eye out for that, because we're finding that a lot of people are ordering not 1, not 2, but maybe 4 sets of these. So we want to make sure that we are doing whatever we can to make it easiest for you to set up your panels, and this kit is where we're starting. All right, so we're out here at our Bronco. This is just an easy, convenient vehicle that's got some MOLLE panels installed on it. I've got one of our Rotopax mounts. Maybe this isn't something you would carry inside, but it's going to give you a good, clean view of how I'm going to use this MOLLE nut to attach it. So let's do that. All right, so this is a great example of a spot on a panel where you could remove the panel, which is pretty easy on most of our products, but if you need to get a nut or a bolt back here, it's a little bit of a tight fit. So I'm going to demonstrate with this, again, with this Rotopax mount. I've got my MOLLE nut here, something like that. Now this is an area where it might be hard to reach back here with a nut and a washer. It's not impossible, but it's a little bit of a headache. So what I'm going to use is one of our MOLLE nuts here. I'm going to fish this MOLLE nut back behind the panel. I'm going to slide it to wherever I want it. I think I'm going to put it here. Then with one finger I can hold that on, get our attachment in place. And these 1/4-20 bolts that we include use a 3/8 inch drive socket or wrench. So I've got that in there loosely. I'll get it figured out exactly where I want it, tighten it down, maybe I add another one. But you can see how easy that was without having to fish behind with a tool. So this is exactly why our MOLLE nuts are going to help you
configure and reconfigure your panels more cleanly. All right, so that is basically BuiltRight Industries MOLLE Nuts 101. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out via email, phone, or the comments. We'll try and respond as quickly as we can. Have a good one.